Hi, and this is Carl from Aqua, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marina 360 Aquarium. So I recently bought the Marina 360 Aquarium 2 weeks ago, and today I'm going to show you what I've thought of it and what I've put into the tank and my accessories that I bought for it. So this tank is 10 litres or 2.65 gallons. It's called a desktop aquarium, and you can fit it out if you want to hold tropical fish, which is what I have. But it will cost you extra money because a heater does not come with the aquarium itself. This aquarium also comes with its own filter and its own lighting system, which I think is perfect for planted aquariums, which is what I have here. I'll bring you for a closer look on it now. I've 5 fish in at the moment. I have one Siamese fighting fish, or in other words betta, and I have 2 guppies, and I have two glow light tetras. I bought this aquarium for 60 euro in my local pet store. I've seen it cheaper online, but that's how much it was here, and I wasn't planning on going out on on buying it online. I've seen it for $44 I think online, but that's just what I bought it for. So if you want to come in and take a closer look, and I'll explain some more. So as you can see, I have planted this aquarium. I've planted them. It looks like there's a lot of plants in there, but there's only one, and it was actually quite a small Java fern. I'm not completely sure what the full name was. I do have a card somewhere that tells you what it is, but I don't have that with me. The lighting in this tank, it has white LEDs and it has a nighttime LED, but I do find that the daytime LEDs provides a perfect amount of light for these Java ferns. Now, I've only had it for 2 weeks, admittedly, but I'll see how it goes. They seem to be quite alive and well. They look quite green. And I've also bought a fertilizer, but I'll get onto that later. It does come with a filter, and the filter is quite big compared to the aquarium. It takes up a lot of space, as I bought extra equipment for the aquarium, but I didn't get to fit it in because it was too small. It is perfect for small tropical fish. I do think that I shouldn't have bought a betta. He is quite big and he does get quite territorial with the other fish. As you can see, the pump isn't so powerful. It does well, for the size of the tank it's powerful enough. It does cycle the water 20 times an hour, I think, and you can see that the water comes in from the bottom here, comes in from the rest of the aquarium, comes to the bottom, comes up, passes through the filters and back into the tank. I'm just going to give you a quick look at what the filters look like. Also, a cool feature is that when you turn this side, the lights go off and they go back on. So if you have a look in here, you can see the 2 filters. So the water comes up through here and then it goes through the filters and then back out into the tank. So I'm just going to pull these out slightly. I really shouldn't be doing this because they have colonized with bacteria. As you can see, you get 2 of these in series and then they lead straight into the tank. Close this back over. And also the heater that you're meant to buy for this, which is the Marina 10 watts, will fit perfectly in here. But that they didn't sell that at my local store, so I had to buy a separate heater. I bought a piece of driftwood for this tank, and it does look quite big in the tank, but the tank it does magnify because it is a convex, if I know my science right, if I know my physics right. I think it's a convex. I also bought some sea rocks in it. I actually bought a bag of 4 of them that are about this size, but I barely fit one into it, but I did break up another piece of another one just to give it a bit more character. This isn't particularly aquascaped that well in my opinion. I did buy sand and I tried to level it out, but because the filter at the back, I couldn't give it a slope because it would have went into the filter. As you can see at the back there, that's my, move the way better. My guppy wants to get into the limelight. Say hello. Yeah, I bought a Marina 25 watt, which is quite small, but it does this tank brilliantly. I don't even have it 3/4 of the way, and it's currently around 79 degrees Celsius. Oh, sorry, Fahrenheit. It does come with suction cups at the back. I think this was €25, which isn't that cheap, but Yeah, I actually had a heater from a previous aquarium, but it was just way too big. It was 100 watts. So yeah, yeah. But that heater did heat up the water in at least half an hour, which wasn't bad. And it took a day to do the nitrogen cycle because it was cloudy at first. Let's give you a look at my fish a bit closer. I did let my siblings name these fish. Apparently this one's called Sunshine because it has a yellow tail. My sister called it that. And my brother called the blue one, the blue guppy, he called him Dan for some reason. Very exquisite name choices. And he also called the two little, was it something glow? I can't remember. He named them Eddie and Betty. And I named this, my betta, Andromeda, because he looks like a galaxy, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to get on quickly to my accessories that I bought for the tank. I bought a plant fertilizer for this tank because the substrate that I bought, at the time I didn't realise that it wasn't great for planted aquariums, so I had to go buy the Vimy, I think, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, it's just the logo is quite hard to read, Micro, which is, if I can zoom that in, it is for universal planted tank, and I found that this really helps the plants flourish. I do know that this company sells an accelerator which helps the plants grow fast, but I haven't got around to buying that yet. I put in one pump of this a week and it seems to be doing them brilliantly. They seem to be going quite well. I've also bought two types of fish food because they're quite picky. So my betta only likes these flakes because he's a betta and they're quite fussy. I think this is just shrimp, but I think it was €3 or something like that, I'm not completely sure. And I bought the Aquarium Advanced Nutrition for Tropical Fish. Yeah, my fish are quite small, so they find it quite hard to eat the big flakes, but what I do is I get them in my hand and I kind of like make them into smaller flakes and they like them quite well. And I think that I do, which I do suggest, if you have a tank like mine and you have different types of fish and they eat different types of food, I feed my betta from the hand, so I get a pinch. Oh, it's spilling everywhere. I do get a pinch of his food and I keep it in my hand and put it in the water and he comes up and eats it out of my hand, because he will end up eating the other tropical flake food, which isn't good for them, I don't think. And then I feed my other fish by hand as well, which is quite easy. Also, with the tank itself in the box, you get a Nutrifin cycle, which is for getting the tank up and running, getting the nitrogen cycle. This is not focusing, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and a Nutrifin Aqua Plus, which makes tap water safe for the fish. And also, I found this quite hard, but if you want to know how much you actually put in your tank, they've put it behind the label, so you need to do like this, and it says everything behind. I did not figure that out, I have to look it up online. That's basically all. I'm just going to get to the drawbacks of this tank. You can't really count the size of it as a drawback because in the end of the day, you're the one that bought it and you wanted it that size. But the one thing is that this is not glass, it's acrylic. So when I was putting the sand in, I think this is my first acrylic aquarium. I've had glass before, but the sand has scratched the side of the bowl, which you can deal with it. I mean, it's not such a bad thing, but it is quite ugly, a big scratch going down the front of it, which yeah, just the people that are buying this aquarium, just be careful because it is acrylic. It will scratch easily. Another downfall is that because of the shape of the lid, you can't really put anything else into the tank. It was a struggle to get my heater into that tank because it had an extra wire and I had to go out of the aquarium somehow, and I couldn't put it in the back of the filter because it was too big. That's really all I can think. I'd give this a 6 out of 10. It's a good beginner's aquarium for cold water or tropical fish, depends on what you want. I definitely give this a thumbs up. You should definitely, if you're beginning, it's a really modern, sleek design and it does look really good on my desk. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But if you plan on having a lot of fish, I would recommend getting a bigger tank because this is barely holding my my 5 fish at the moment, which I plan on getting a bigger tank and putting them in, but yeah. And also another thing is I wouldn't put a betta in here, definitely don't put 2 bettas in together because they will absolutely kill each other. But I did notice some tail nipping on some of my guppies. That could be from other damage, but I do strongly think it's from the betta. So that's really all I have to say. In total, everything cost, including the heater, €130. So if you want to get this up and running, well, if you want cold fish, prepare to spend under 100, but I spent 130 on this with everything included: the inside of the tank, the filter, no sorry, not the filter, the heater, the fish, the driftwood, the rocks, the fertilizer and the fish. So it's not that expensive. You could probably set up a bigger aquarium for that price, but after I bought this I really didn't know that, and I just bought everything to make this a good tank. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment, and please subscribe for more videos, because I will be reviewing more tanks and I will give you updates on this. So yeah, I was going to give you a look at the night mode. Listen to that. It's just like a blue LED. Sorry, it's daytime, you can't see that. Yeah, it gives that nice look in the dark. Thanks for watching and goodbye.